Hey guys, Metro here. Took a little bit of break from making videos, but I went to East Coast Slingshot Tournament, or ECST, and it was an amazing experience, and I am here to show you some of the trades I got and some of the slings I took. I know some of the stuff on the forum is already kind of repeated, but let's throw it up on YouTube so everyone can see. Let's start off with the stuff I went with because it, I want to show off. This is the one I mainly shot with. This is the my M&G 204 .125 caliber special. I made it look like a revolver because I just wanted something super cool to hold. It's a double layer Titan frame that I milled in certain areas and made a little revolver mechanism. I know everyone's saying you should make those, spit out BBs, but it looks cool. That's all that matters. I use my tap-tab system. Actually, all of these frames use my tap-tab system, and they work really well. I was swapping out these bands for some heavier TheraBand Gold to shoot some longer stuff, but primarily shot 177 BBs the entire competition, and this is the only target I kept because this is the one I did the best on. The rest I didn't score very well, but I'm not too good of a shot. I'm okay. So this is the expert one. This is shot at 10 meters. As you can see, if you're up close, the BBs are stuck in the target itself, so there's no doubt where it hit. So I felt pretty good about this because only these count as 3 and these count as 1, so there's no gradation of points. But I did pretty good. The grouping on this side, if I aimed a little bit left, I probably would have scored a little higher, but shooting with BBs at 10 meters, it can be done. I shot that with this. This is the Evergreen Trainer. I meant to make this so I can train to shoot this because I had to send this ahead of me, but I ended up shooting really well with this, so I just threw it in the box when I finished it as well. So that was kind of fun. This is my original tap-tab one over the top. I took my regular Titan frame and I milled these slots in and then machined that hole in for the screws. So this was the original one that I made. This is walnut, there's some elm in there, this is pink ivory, some Pau Amarillo or yellow heart, and some bloodwood here. So this is my original one. I shoot really well with this and had a lot of fun. And this one's the latest one I made just before I left. I took a risk and put this in my check luggage. I wasn't going to check anything, but I really wanted to bring this up because I felt really proud of making this. This is Molly, or the Picnic. Again, it's based off the Titan frame with the over-the-top, but it's a single core with GPO3 on the sides here, flame maple, a whole bunch of spacer material to make up this pattern. This is Zircote, more yellow heart here. But the point was, after making the hot dogger, I really wanted something that did a little bit more than a one-liner. So lots of colors, lots of really, it's weighty because of the GPO3 adds to the weight, but not as weighty as these guys. So anyways, on to the trades. So these are trades that I got or have purchased or won. So let's start with this beauty. This is an Axiom made by Lewis Pride. I got this, I don't know how I managed to get this, but this was on the prize table, and I was 6th or 7th to go to the door prize table, and I managed to pick this up. I couldn't believe that this wasn't picked up right away. He tells me this is goat willow with leather spacers and a polished aluminum core. It's just, I have no words to say how beautiful it is. It's really thin. It's only about, about half an inch, but it's smooth. It's very, I have nothing else to say. It's just gorgeous. I just want to feel it all the time. It's stabilized, so it's nice and dense. And I believe he used Camilla oil to finish this up. So just take a closer look at that. And there's his wicked signature. So that worked out really well. Next up is a couple of shooters, or a shooter, and then a core. Let's start with this one. I picked this up for my wife because she shoots like this with her finger stand out and finger and thumb brace. So I thought that this was colorful enough for her. So these are made by Toolman Tim. So this is his wrench, and this is another Axiom that he made from, not quite sure, I think this is Spectroply, but obviously he's book matched it and added some sweet palm swells. So it looks like Wenge, some more Wenge, But yeah, that'll fit my wife's hand perfectly. We did a core trade. I gave him a Titan frame, and he gave me this. What I'm probably going to do is lop off this extra bit here and then make that slot, that 1/8" slot, and add my tap system. Mostly because when we set them down, that happened. So it was identical in terms of its width and height. So when that happens, it's going to be cool. This is going to be a really cool shooter. I'm really excited about that. So thank you, Tim. That's really awesome. Next up is a trade I did with Squirrel Squasher. We are supposed to have traded a while back. We totally forgot about it. We were trade partners for something, and he took home one of ZDP's shooters I made out of some like acacia wood or something. But I noticed that he shot really large frames, and so he was really happy with that. This is, I believe, something his forum post was making plywood sexy, and it certainly is. There's the way that it's placed on edge here in the end grain makes the topography of the whole thing just really cool, and looks like, it feels like the Moorhead. I don't really have any hammer grip wide forks, so this will be fun to throw some big rocks or something, but cool. All right, thanks, Squirrel Squasher. Next up is a blank that I got from Ray. It's one of his flat nats. I think it's based off kind of an axiom shape. I know he shoots that kind of, but he makes these out of slices of natural wood, and this one's dogwood, so it's super hard, but there's so many beautiful grain flow here, and there's a couple inclusions on this side. So he gave this to me unfinished, and I'm going to finish it up, and I think it's going to look super cool. It's just it's almost there, you know. It's 90%, and all it needs is some finish sanding and some finish. So I'm going to probably pinch it like this, maybe TTF or OTT, so we'll see how that goes. So thank you, Ray. Next up is something I picked up. I traded Matt, or I'll Shoot Your Eye Out. It's one of his HDPE Forget About It's, and uses his binding post and binding post flat band attachment with the ring here. It's super comfortable. It's a little bit, it's like tiny bit, like 5% too big for me, but I can see if my hands are really tired from holding pinch grip or something, or this will be really great, because he truly is just a forget about it. You put your pinky in here, and then all the stress is taken out of the shooter. So he's done a really great job of making sure that the colors don't blend too much, and then there's nice. I know you can't really control too much with HDPE, but he's done a great job of making the HDPE flow, and you know, that little definition there with the white and the red, and it's a beautiful piece, and it's a really well designed. So thank you, Matt. Next up is a Roger Henry. I didn't get this from Roger Henry himself, but I did get it from Firefly and Trapper Des. I traded them one of my Descender slingshots, and she said, you should have this. It's a little too big for me. I was going to give it away, and I ended up giving them one of those Descender slingshots, and then she, not expecting anything in return, and she gave me this. So I was really happy, because I've been wanting one of these for a little while. It's a longbow too. Backstory about this guy is, actually I helped Roger with this file for waterjet cuts, so it's nice that it's full circle, that I was able to help him, and then, you know, it went to someone else, and then it came back to me. So it's kind of a fun story about that one. Next up is this little guy from B-Tune. There's a pretty awesome story about this. We did some trade. I gave him a bunch. I know he shoots a lot of small stuff, so I make these 10 by 50 millimeter pouches for BBs and 1/4 inch stuff. And he loves shooting that kind of. So I traded him like 10 or something like that of these, and then he gave me this sweet citrus natural, this kind of recurve, and he shoots it this way with the recurve facing forward. I like having the palm kind of tucked in here, so I shoot it this way. So he banded it up this way, and as soon as he gave this to me, I ended up. I paid $1 to go qualify for the Eagle Eye, and I'm like, well, let's go shoot this. So I was shooting upright, and I threw a BB on it, and I actually qualified with the first shot I ever took with this. for the Eagle Eye, and then the Sunday I managed to make it through the first round of the Eagle Eye, not with this Slingshot, with one of my Tap Titans. So that was I managed to nick the edge of this with a BB, and then didn't make the second round. So that's the sweet story about this little guy. So next up, of course, this super amazing collaboration between Nathan and Lee Silva. This is the Ocularis. It's an HDPE. I really wanted one of these because it's a nice example of mass production on a medium small scale. This it's the HDPE version of it, and I traded Nathan one of my revolver slingshots that I made extra, TTF version, because that's what he shoots, and he's trading me on the way is an aluminum version of this in black anodized. So I'm pretty excited about that. But in the meantime, I have this sweet piece of design that he and Lee Silva, this Ocularis attachment is his, and the axiom shape is Nathan. So two great guys making great work together. So this is it's going to be great to throw together for beginner shooters or for anyone. So it's pretty excited for that. And last on the list for slingshots is this brass beauty from Onyx. I traded him I think a Titan of some kind. But I've been looking at this little guy for a while. It's available on dankung.com or whatever their website is now. But it's I have no words. It's a recurve. It's cast. It's solid brass. Like it's weighty. It weighs a good pound and a half or something like that. It's got top slots on it. These little holes here are for paracords if you want to wrap it in the future. I probably will, because I'll probably end up shooting this quite a bit. But it's the reason why I like this so much, not only because it's a sweet piece of design, but again, it comes back to the same width of fork and the same width of fork gap for me. And I like having this like similar consistency, and over the top is what I prefer to shoot after shooting for a couple of years now. So this caught my eye. On the forums, I said dibs. He saved it for me. Really fantastic. I'm hoping that he got his end of the trade. I feel like every time I look at the stuff that I have in front of me, I definitely trade it up. So it comes with a cool case. It's got its own little case there. It comes, that kind of thing. So that's sweet. And lastly, and I can't forget about Carl. Carl put me up for like 3 days or something like that, and he used all his camping equipment. He gave me some Gold's Gym's green stuff. Our Walmart in Canada doesn't have the gold stuff, so it's actually nice to have it. Oddly enough, he was turned on to flats after shooting tubes forever, and after East Coast Slingshot tournament, he wants to shoot flats. So ironically, he could have used this after being converted to flats. So I think that's it. That's all the stuff. All the stuff that was here. I'm just gonna do this because it's fun to put it all in one shot. Just keep on going. It just there's a pile of amazing stuff here, and I can't wait to go back next year. I have no doubt in my mind that I'm gonna make it there. So thanks for watching. I know this is a lengthy video, but there's a lot of material to go through, and I haven't posted in a while. So thanks for watching, and if you haven't, subscribe.